out of all the catalogs of fairy tales, I would have to say I respond mostly to, well, Sleeping Beauty, always because my sister and I would always watch it when we were kids. And if you didn't want to, you know, if you didn't have patience, you could always go to sleep and wait for the future to happen. But I was also a big fan of Aesop's Fables, with the Fox and the Grapes and the other stories that would have cautionary tales for young children.
I like The Princess and the Frog because it doesn't matter what you look like, it matters what's inside. Good answer.
I love Peter Pan because it's about growing up and not wanting to grow up. You know, it's you know, and then coming to realize that growing up is what we do, you know. So, yeah, that and Mary Poppins. I love Mary Poppins.
Who doesn't like Mary Poppins?
It's not really a fairy tale per se, but Beauty and the Beast, because I like the message of the story.
Personally, Beauty and the Beast is up there with one of my favorites, and Cinderella.
Or the Brothers Grimm Rapunzel.
I really like lately, I don't know, I think I go through phases of fairy tales. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, because it's not your typical fairy tale, and it's similar. It doesn't matter what you look like, and because the main protagonist doesn't actually get the girl in the end. So I was talking about Quasimodo.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about the other guy.
No, I was talking about Quasimodo. Yeah. Quasimodo doesn't get Esmeralda.
No, he doesn't.
But they still become really
they're
good
besties.
friends. They're great.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's kind of like
it's
the one I've been leaning towards lately.
Absolutely, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is a very good fairy tale. Yes.
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast about such things, and I just recently learned of a new fairy tale of Tatterhood, and it's Norwegian and it's dark, but it actually has a happy ending, which is unusual for actual fairy tales like the Grimm Brothers stuff. Ooh, it's dark. They're dark, right? So Tatterhood.
I like Rapunzel. So my favorite Disney movie is Tangled.
I like Jack and the Beanstalk. I don't know, it's like got a lot of adventure, just all those sorts of themes I really like.
The Little Mermaid. That's mine because I love the water. I'm a water person, and it's like, oh wow, I could be a mermaid. No, I can't.
I really like Beauty and the Beast because like it tells you to look on what's on the inside and not on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more to than just looks.
Exactly. That's very good. You can't tell a book by the cover. I like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs just because I like dwarfs. But if I had to pick something that was my favorite from when I was a kid, it's not really a fairy tale as much as a fable, maybe. I don't know. The Little Red Hen.
Oh,
yeah. I love that. Just, you know, it's you can't do it all yourself. There has to be a team that comes in to work together, and that's life. Yeah. And some people didn't want to be a part of that. They wanted to eat the fruits, but they didn't want to help. But you've got to be able to come together.
I think my character's favorite fairy tale would be something where she ended up with a lot of money and a pretty cushy life. So maybe she's a Cinderella in, you know, the sense that she finds her Prince Charming and suddenly life is all neat and tidy, and, you know, she no longer has such a hard life.
Jack, I think, would be like Hercules, like he has that figure of someone strong, and then later he's like, yeah, maybe I could be strong, and he goes out to find his way. And
Probably Cinderella. Yeah.
My character's favorite fairy tale would probably be some type of variation on his own where he succeeds at the end, because I find that on every single story that involves a wolf, he dies.
There's a fable.
Yeah, I don't know. One where he gets to eat all 3 of the pigs and doesn't get bullied by them, I guess.
Right in his way.
Yeah.
Rapunzel.
Yeah. Mine would probably be Sleeping Beauty. Hers would probably be Snow White.
Well, I feel like Snow White wouldn't really want, her favorite probably wouldn't be her own, but, because, you know, it's her own story and it's super depressing.
That's true.
But Grandma might like her own.
I think the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. I know that's a nursery rhyme, but it's similar.
I'm going to tell you that the narrator really can't pick a favorite. And he has this thing about weaving different stories together. And so he just simply can't decide. He loves to tell a story, and so he's going to take all of them and he's going to mush them into one however he can, force fit if he has to. The Mysterious Man, on the other hand, he's going to be about family. And so I think he's going to like the story of Rapunzel a lot, because there's a lot of family stuff going on in Rapunzel, although it's fairly dark and twisted.
I was also going to say Rapunzel for my character, just because those two characters in Into the Woods have such a close relationship, and Rapunzel is like the witch's prized possession and her motivation for everything throughout the show.